This has to be the fastest car I've ever driven. Hello, welcome to the TFJJ and welcome to MTC, an incredible building just behind me with all of McLaren's historic race cars and road cars lined up. This is a McLaren 750S Spider, and I'm actually the first person outside of McLaren themselves to drive this very car. It's going to be a good weekend. So, first impressions of the 750S Spider. Absolutely love the colour combination to start off with. So we've got this new Tempest Blue colour, which was developed for the W1 hypercar, I've been told. Really, really nice, sort of sparkles a little bit in the sun, bluey grey. Really nice orange accents throughout as well. So you come over here, you can see the orange brake calipers. Obviously, McLaren synonymous with orange. Orange stitching throughout, orange seat belts, but gives the car quite a nice sporty feel as well. Lots of carbon fibre on the mirrors, on the intakes, on the bonnet, and then all the way around the rear, you can see here, loads and loads of carbon. This wing is actually new to the 750S over the 720S, based on the 765 LT. This is all carbon. You can actually see the weave if you look up closely to it. So weighing in at 1,438 kilos, the 750S Spider is actually very light by today's supercar standards. You look at things like the Artura and the Ferrari 296 with the hybrid system, weighing almost 2 tons now. So this is still quite a light car. Actually, the coupe is 45 kilograms lighter, which I find pretty amazing. This whole roof system only adds 45 kilos. So I've also been very impressed by the roof opening and closing speed. It takes under 11 seconds at speeds of up to 31 miles an hour. So I'll just talk you through some of the interior, because this car has a pretty incredible interior, very simplistic in some ways, but also some unbelievable features on it as well. See, the whole tub is made out of carbon fibre. So these dials are new here, which have the handling setup and the drivetrain setup. So if I cycle through like this, I go into track, which actually changes the display as well, and then back to comfort, back this way, and then sport on here, track, back down. This one puts it into manual gears as well, which is quite cool. And then your setup here is remembered if you click this button, the Kiwi button in the middle. It's quite nice. McLaren always have a little nod to the Kiwi, so that'll memorize these settings and store it for the future. When you find a nice road, it will remember those settings. So also on this car, we've got variable drift control, which sounds quite ominous and actually quite fun. So have a look at this. VDC available, open that up, and then you can choose the angle of slip that you want for the car, which is quite cool, and it's got a dynamic diagram there. So we're going to leave that way down low, I think, because I don't want to crash this very expensive brand new McLaren. So the Bowers & Wilkins sound system is also pretty good, surround sound throughout the car. You can adjust this all in the menus as well, adjust the levels of bass, etc. Really, really nice sound system. What's also really practical on this car, especially if you are going to take it into London, which I will later, is it's got this lift button right here. So you no longer have to go through the menus and the stalks and everything. You just press this button here. It takes about a couple of seconds and the lift will raise almost instantly. So any speed bumps are no longer a problem. So I think it's about time we took this car for a drive. Now this has to be one of my favourite features on the car. Have a look here, we can slide the back window down so you can hear that V8 sing. So this car boasts an extra 30 horsepower over the 720S, hence the 750. And I'm not sure how well you can feel that because I've actually never driven a 720S, but I can tell you this car feels mighty quick enough. Nice to pass another McLaren just now, 650S. Direct predecessor to the 720S, of course. I'm in sport mode now for the powertrain, which gives us some really nice pops and bangs on the downshifts. And having that rear window open is just a blessing. Now, I'm not an expert at driving supercars. I haven't driven that many cars, but I can tell you the steering on this feels so direct. It's very, very different to my Ferrari and to Lamborghinis that I've driven. It feels so dialed in. Shifts are instantaneous now. So much fun. And seeing that rear wing pop up in the mirror is just amazing. It's just a shame that cars like this seem to be dying out with the introduction of hybrid systems, electric motors, adding weight. This car is very much an old school recipe in what it delivers. In terms of just having a back to basics V8, although it is turbocharged, but no hybrid system. Old school power and an absolute weapon on the road, but very, very usable at the same time. This car's got the comfort seats, which I really like. Actually very, very usable, and it combines the best bits from the 765 LT and the 720S into one overall package. Visibility is really good. You've got that rear window, got a wide windscreen, good mirrors, and I believe you could use this car every day if you wanted to. You ready? And very, very quickly you're at the speed limit. This thing takes absolutely zero prisoners. Well, that definitely wakes you up in the morning, even better than coffee. And then you're starting to hear the bangs, pops and bangs on the downshifts. So one cool thing I've noticed about this car is, much like the Ferrari 288 GTO, you can see the internals through the rear, which is very, very cool. So it's going to be really hard to say goodbye to the McLaren 750S Spider. Without a doubt, the fastest car I've ever driven. Mind-blowingly fast, really, really usable. A very, very good daily supercar if you want an all-weather supercar. The comfort seats in this one, I actually think I would choose myself over the buckets just because of how usable they were over a long distance. The car looks stunning, I think. It's quite similar to the 720S in terms of styling, but that's not exactly a bad-looking car. Love the lightweight carbon fibre tub. It's going to be really sad to hand the keys back to MTC on Monday.